Okay, open. Once again, I can't get through this side of the shop, so I'm going to have to.
Just close the door.
I have to come up through here.
Alright, this 66 Dodge Dart, I updated the voltage regulator not too long ago right here. It's a cheap one, but everything's clean and ready to do its job. The ground, I even have an independent ground that goes straight to the battery. So that we know we're getting good ground, because that's critical with these units. So all those things are in good order, and it looks clean. It's a reman, but at idle, it just doesn't put out any voltage. Now we're pretty sure that battery there is pretty weak. It's 5 years old. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it was dead and left to freeze one winter. Came out of an old parts car, so you know it probably needs charged, but all the terminals and everything are fresh and up to date. And just when you go down the road, if you're idling, the lights get real dim, and then as soon as you push the gas, everything turns on. So it's just not producing enough oomph at idle. It's got the, here's the wire that comes from the voltage regulator. It's the only wire. It's a one wire. It's not a one wire, but there's only one wire that goes to the external voltage regulator. And then there's this wire here that charges the car. That's what we're working with. We're gonna get it out of there, take a look at it, but I'm pretty sure I've already decided I'm gonna upgrade it. Since it is a remanufactured unit, it might be a higher amperage than the original. I think the original on a car like this was only about 20 amps, maybe 30 or something like that. But this could be as much as a 50 amp alternator if it came off of a lot newer vehicle. We really don't know. I don't know, these numbers might tell you, but who knows what any of that means. Let's get it off of there, see what we could do. Alternator has been removed, not too difficult, and we have it on the bench, and we have the proposed replacement beside it on the bench. And this came from like an early 90s Magnum V8 powered Dodge truck, and it's supposed to put out 90 amps, and so it's very similar. The later Magnums went to a serpentine belt, so they wouldn't have this pulley. So you know, it took a little figuring out, but it's mostly the same thing. You see, it mounts with a pivot, and we'll have to put a bolt over here instead of a. But we could deal with all that. The one thing that was different. I'm going to show you with a ruler. You'll see it a lot better than if you just try and figure it out. If you line up, the two faces right here are going to be a fixed location where the mounting bracket on the engine holds this, right? So if you line the two alternators up like that, and you put a straight edge square to this alternator, you see it hits, well, the offset is not the same on the two pulley systems. So, the other thing that I'm having a problem with is the ears on this here design are a little narrower than that old design. And now this will make them smaller, but it won't make it bigger. So, this is the factory alternator bracket. Goes down here, holds the alternator up. Pretty simple, right? So I took it off, and in order to make it correct, the best way to make it correct, right, or the best way, the easy way I found, is to take this fixed location right there and move it over just a little, right? If we move it over a little bit, now the pulleys are going to line up, right? And so in order to do that, we need to we need to alter this bracket. And to alter this bracket, we just grind some of it off. And I think it's still more than adequate in strength. It's a piece of cast iron. It wasn't too hard to grind on. And now it will fit. If we ever decide to go crazy and put back the original style, we need to fill that. We'll need to fill a gap with a washer to align it up properly. But I think this will maybe last the life of the car now. So there you go. It fits in there. It's gonna correct the alignment problem that we were having, and all for this came from an eBay vendor, remanufactured, the reman tag, Nipodenson alternator for $83 delivered to the front door. And I think that that's a pretty good alternative to some of the high amperage, high quality reproduction one-wire alternators to replace this are in the $300 to $400 range. So this car, I love this car, but it's not getting a $400 alternator. What do you think? Should I put a $400 alternator, or is 83 bucks sound like it's going to be okay?
$83 sounds good.
Now, this alternator, the other thing about this alternator, and I watched some Dead Dodge Garage stuff about it. See, it's got one wire that comes from the external voltage regulator, and this wire supplies power from the voltage regulator, and then the other wire grounds to the chassis to ground it. So this alternator, same deal. It has two wires, but it is not from the factory. The negative is not grounded. So I have to figure out which direction is negative. Whichever one of these terminals is negative, I'll need to run to ground. And then I need to put one of these tabbies on the other one so I can plug it in, and it will function just like this, only this is going to put out a whole lot more amps. I'm a little bit unsure of one other thing here, is that the pulleys, the diameter of the pulleys, this new one has a slightly larger diameter pulley, and obviously the pulleys, this one's a press-on and this one's a bolt-on, so they won't interchange. But this pulley is about, I don't know, 5 or maybe 10%, less than 10% larger. So I'm really hoping that it does not exacerbate the problem at idle. Exacerbate? That's a word, right? You're over there like a child laughing at exacerbate. Anyways, there's where we're at. I'm going to bolt it on and let's see what happens. The alignment on that belt is mediocre. I had to put like an old heater hose over this spark plug wire because there's just getting to be too much wires. I don't want spark plug interference getting into my ignition harness. This old style regulator, it sends power until it gets enough current from the alternator. So it's sending power and then it needs ground. So I grounded here. I twisted it because I couldn't find a butt connector, and I just need to get this out of here because it is not the project for tonight. So I got to get it moving. So I put a little charge on the battery. Hopefully it's enough to get her started. We still didn't fix the backup lights, but I think everything else is ready to go. Let's give her a try. If she doesn't go, well, we'll just punt. But I think maybe she will. All right. This should come up to 12 volts. It's on a regulator down there. And make sure she's in park. Give her a couple pumps. There's nothing in the carburetor. It's going to take a minute. Come on. Okay. See, this is cutting out while I'm cranking. It's not getting 12 volts. That's not good. Come on. Come on, I gotta just... Flooded now. I gotta fix that. Shoot! Damn it! All of that for nothing. Alright, well... You saw it here, folks. The problem is when the voltage dips below 12 volts, this regulator will cut off so it doesn't go above 12 volts. But the problem is when I'm cranking, it dips below 12 volts, and then this seems to just shut off entirely, which is no good. Then I have nothing. It goes to my ignition box. My ignition box is shutting off. Sometimes you'll catch it just right, and when you let off, the ignition box gives it one good fire and it kicks into cycle, but this is no good. I kind of know what I need to rewire to make this work. It's always something. I really just need to get it out of here. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe this is what we'll work on tonight. I'm taking over the shop. So I wasn't lying. Last night during the live stream, I took over the shop. I disassembled an old power supply out of a computer, and I pulled out a single diode. And a diode will it'll let electricity go one direction but not in the other direction. So I made a little shunt of wire that goes from the start circuit to power my ignition box during starting. And now, instead of the gauge on the dash going blank, it stays on at 12 volts when cranking, and then when you let go, the diode protects the whole system. I don't know. I don't really want to explain wiring because I don't understand it real well. I just know that now I get 12 volts when cranking and the car fires right up like it should. We had it running last night. We did a test with the meter. It comes up to 14 volts or whatever it is supposed to be for charging, but it's still at 12 volt on the dash, which means that the like your cigarette lighter accessories are protected from charging voltage, and the ignition box is protected from charging voltage, and anything else that I want to be on, closely regulated power, I can run off that Xer circuit board, and I gotta tuck that all up in the dash and make it look pretty. But for now, I just want to get a couple miles on this car because, oh, and the the gas gauge is working properly now, which was a problem. And I got a full tank of gas, and it's just burning a hole in my pocket. It's a Sunday. I'm going to take her for a Sunday drive. I'll take you with me. Then we have some special stuff to do to Buff Del Campo's car, but that's going to be another video. You're here, even if you're crooked. Let's see how we start. It should start good. Starts right up. First start of the day. Sounds real good. Let's get it out of here before we smoke up the garage. Transmission seems to pull like it should. Oh, I stalled it. I don't know why. questions. Just go. I don't want to run into anything out here. Oh, no seatbelts. I need seatbelts in my car. I'm a seatbelt kind of gal. Sounds good. There she is. The only tools I'm bringing is my cell phone and the electrical meter, so I can check the charging amps eventually. I don't know. It's probably okay. It's probably okay. Sounds good. Started it real easy. I think the grass isn't too slippery out here. A lot of obstacles around this week. Alright, let's get her moving in the forward direction. You gotta feel the detents. There's no well, you know how that goes. Alright. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, flying high. Oh, it's so hot. I did a little adjustment in the steering box, and I think that made a difference. I like it. Feels better. A little better. It's weird. It steers this way easier than that way, but it's not tight. I tightened up a steering box one time, and then it got really stupid tight. It was unpleasant. This is much better. Well, time for a Sunday drive. Let's just see where the road takes us. She's feeling very peppy now that I have a metering rod. Oh yeah. Goes good, stops firm. It's getting to be a real car finally. Got my 12 volts. All the electronics are solid. I mean, it's a real car. I mean, that feels good. It's been more than a year in the making. We did take it to Sykeston, but it was still on the sketch end of things. I'm getting to where I feel like I could take this down to Nashville. I could drive it in the city. It's a car. What more could you want? See if the horn work. Whoa. Yeah, works good. It's got good pep. If you get into it, it'll go. And it's just a one barrel and the smallest exhaust pipe you've ever seen on a car. Oh man, love it when a plan comes together. Just out here. Is my gas gauge working? No. It's nowhere to be seen. It's either all the way full or all the way empty according to the gauge, and I can't tell which. I know it has gas in it. I filled the tank I filled the tank last time I had the car out, and then I brought the car straight home because I was having problems with the alternator. We're gonna have to keep a little bit of an eye on the alternator belt, because the alignment of the pulleys was not perfect, but the alternator's kind of way out there off in left field anyways, so it's got lots of room to like sort of flex. Out for a little Sunday drive. I checked the voltage, and at idle she's showing 14.6 volts, and it holds. It revs up, it gives that. At the tiniest gentle idle, it still puts that out. So I like the new electrical upgrades. She needs a wash. Still needs a transmission cooler before we go anywhere, but you know, when you're not racing it, it doesn't make a whole lot of heat in that transmission. And a little rusty, a little rough around the edges, but a heck of a good time. I feel confident. The adjustment on the steering, and it Feels real good now. You can see just the lightest, gentlest back and forth, and it's already showing on the steering. So yeah, it only took a couple years and we got her all ready to ride around.